Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to this session of Deadly Writing today. We're so thrilled to have you all joining us. I'm Jennifer Oxenford here at MAGPI, located in Philadelphia, and we are thrilled to have you all connecting for this video conference event today. All right, everyone. Well, I'm thrilled and honored to introduce our speaker for today's Deadly Writing event. Please allow me to introduce Julie Chibbaro. And Julie is the author of several published short stories and 2 published books. Her first book, Redemption, is an epic tale of love, kidnapping, and white Indians, and was a winner of the 2005 American Book Award. Her second book, Deadly, a medical mystery about the hunt for Typhoid Mary, is our focus of our Deadly Writing event today. And Julie, we're thrilled and honored to have you here with us. And with that, why don't you take it away?
Thank you. I grew up in New York City with 2 sisters, 2 dogs, and 20 cats. I lived sometimes with my dad, who is a painter, an artist, and sometimes with my mom, who was a teacher. And my mom always wanted to be a writer. And at a very young age, she taught me how to read and write. And she was really the biggest influence on my life. To just show you one picture here, that's me and my mom, since I will be talking about her some more. There. Aw, me and my mom. So anyway, so I wanted to be an actress as a kid. And I went to the High School of Performing Arts, which is the famed school in New York City. And I went to college for acting. And I took acting very seriously as a job. And then when I got into my later 20s, a very sad thing happened to me. My mother, who was my biggest influence, got very sick, and she died of cancer. And that changed my whole life. I realized that I had been secretly writing all my life, and that what I really wanted to be was a writer, and that I would commit myself to being a writer, not just for myself, but also for my mom. When I was in my 20s, the Cold War ended, and this a whole half of the world that had been closed to me opened up, and I went to a country called the Czech Republic, and I lived in a city called Prague. And I met a lot of other people who also were expatriates who left their country to live somewhere else. And a lot of them wanted to be writers, and we all helped each other learn how to be writers. I also lived in a very small apartment, and you can see it was a long time ago by my computer there. It's a very old computer. And I would write a lot and sort of commune with the spirit of my mom and write a lot of poetry and just spend a lot of time learning how to be a writer. So that's a little bit about my background, and now I'm going to talk about Deadly and the diary form, because I wrote it as a diary. I had always heard this story of this woman, Typhoid Mary, as a kid, that she was a serial killer, that she murdered thousands of people with her germs. And when I started doing research into the real story of this woman, Mary Malone, who lived in New York City in 1906, I knew I had to set the record straight. I realized that I needed to make the story compelling and have compassion for the killer, who was a woman who carried disease without ever getting sick herself. She was what's known as a healthy carrier. And also have some compassion for the victims, the families who got sick. And I realized that I did have experience with that, when my mom got sick. And the way that I dealt with my feelings and with sickness was to write in my diary, to explore my feelings in my diary. And I gave this diary to a 16-year-old girl named Prudence Galuski. She lives on the Lower East Side in New York in 1906. And she works for her mom, who's a midwife. So she's seen a lot of life, a lot of babies being born, but she's also seen a lot of death. So she has this passion. She wants to know how to fight death. So I want to talk a little bit about writing a diary, because you guys are going to get a chance to start your own diaries today. So how many of you write a diary now? Keep a diary. Does anybody keep a diary? I'm not talking about a blog either, where you write about music and books, but it looks like some of you maybe. What I do is I write 3 pages every day without stopping. And so I will write sometimes, I don't feel like writing today. Why am I doing this? I could be spending time doing other things, but I just keep my pen going. I never stop my pen for 3 pages. And that way I stop that nattering editor side who wants to go do laundry, and I force myself or I push myself to write. And this is very helpful for me writing any kind of thing. And you guys will be doing a lot of writing in your life. You're probably doing a lot of writing now. So what you're going to do is take a moment to think about your life, your day. How did your day start? And I want you to think about your whole day till now, okay? And I'm going to give you 5 minutes to write your day, and try to keep your pens going. Don't try. Keep your pens going. Even if you write, I don't like this exercise, just keep your pens going, okay? So it's 11:20, and I'll give you till 11:25, and I'm just going to say little things along the way to encourage you. Okay, 11:25, you did it. Amazing. And now some of you can't even stop, huh? You're going and going. So you see how that kind of gets, you have something now on the page, and you have something to work with. You have a little piece of your own history now. Now, I would love for you to give me, to volunteer to read some of your journals, okay, wait a second, I'll figure this out.
Nice and loud.
My day started off really good until my sister came and yelled at me for being self-centered and selfish. She thinks she is so good that she can yell at me. Well, I really don't care. She's just so annoying.
Okay, well you got your anger out. You got your feelings out. That was important. Very good. So I'd like to turn it over to you and ask if you open it up to you and see if you guys have questions for me.
Approximately how long did it take you to write the book?
Writing is not linear, I have to say. I mean, creative writing is not linear. So it took me 5 years to write this book, but that was with breaks for my editor to read it, and then for it to come back to me, and then for it to go back to my editor again. So I spent a lot of time doing research, 6 months, I would say. And then a lot of time on and off writing the book. So, but my first book took a year, so you can never tell. That's all I have to tell you today, and I hope you had a good time. I had a great time. You guys were a wonderful audience.
Why don't we go ahead and unmute our microphones and give a big round of applause to Julie for joining us today, and to all of you. A valuable experience for your classes. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.